Hello everyone. Today I will be doing a literacy center for ELL students. I will be doing it on the book There's No Place Like Space by Tish Rabe. It will be for second grade ELL students. The standard for this activity is going to be LAFS R12 R11. Read closely to determine what the text says explicitly and to make logical inferences. So for this activity, the students will be completing one worksheet. The directions for this center, the students will read a sentence on the paper and find if the claim is true or false by going back to the text to find the claim in the text. If you find the claim in the story, then the sentence is true. If you cannot find the claim in the story, then the sentence is false or not true. After you finish, write one fact that you learned in a complete sentence, and I have the sentence modeled in the directions so that the students have an idea of what they need to write. Find the claim. It's going to have a couple sentences, and on the end it's going to say true and false. The students will have the book at the center with them. They will read the sentence and then they will go back and look for the answers. If the answer is false, they will write the correct sentence. For example, Mercury is freezing in the daytime but hot at night. So this would be false, and the student will change it so that it is correct. They would put Mercury is hot in the daytime but freezing at night. So they will find all the answers in the text, and I made sure that it was easy for them, that it goes in order, so they won't have to flip around. It will be in order. And then after they do that, I want them to think about something that they learned from the Cat in the Hat. And the sentence is modeled, I learned from the Cat in the Hat that. So again, I am modeling the sentence for the students, and they can go ahead and write their sentence here. The rubric for this activity is going to grade the students on evidence, answers, completion, and convention. It's going to be out of a total of 40 points. Evidence, an excellent would be student provided correct evidence from the text and facts were pulled from the text. So the students were able to go into the story and find the correct facts if it was necessary. Answers, students answered every question correctly and correct sentence. So for this case, that means that the student answered all of these were correct, whether they were true or false, and they identified a fact for the ones that were false. Completion, student completed all of the questions completely. So if the statement was false, they didn't just put false, they also provided their sentence that made the statement true. And convention, excellent would be student had no punctuation, spelling, or grammar. Overall, I do not expect my ELLs to get a perfect 10, but if I can see that they're trying and they need to practice this, writing is a very important skill that will help them to learn. So they will be graded on grammar, but I'll try not to be too harsh. My rationale for doing this particular literacy center is that, for one, it gives the students an opportunity to read a question and go back and find evidence to support what they might be thinking. So when they take tests, they will be posed with a question, and then they have to figure out, is this true or not? So they have to practice going back to the text and finding the information. As McLaughlin stated, this activity is kind of similar to Question and Answer Center. She stated that students will see a question and respond to the question in writing, so that the students will get to practice writing. Writing is a very important skill, not only for ELLs, but for normal literacy students as well. Writing is going to help ELL students to effectively learn the English language when you write something down, they say that that's the equivalent to you memorizing something 10 times. So writing with ELO students is important. As well, this is a good activity for students to practice comprehension. The students are not only reading questions, but they're reading text. They're making sure that they understand the question that goes with the information they find in the text. So this would be an example of Bloom's comprehensional skills. This is a good activity for them because comprehension is a important key skill with reading. If you don't comprehend what you're reading, then you're not going to understand how to answer the question. So this is good practice. Practice makes perfect, as I always say. And also, comprehension leads to good critical thinking skills. As I stated before, when we are learning information, we are not ourselves placing the information and interpreting that information. Our brain automatically does it for us. So by having ELL students consciously go and pull this information and place it and say, oh, I learned this today. I learned this from this story. The students are, one, comprehending, and two, they're thinking about what they are learning. So this is a great activity for that as well. That's it. Thank you for listening.